So just had a new question come through. Do you need to be good at maths to be an engineer? No, no, I hate maths. I can feel this one. While people like Raquel talk about modeling and all this maths and stuff, that doesn't do anything for me. So yeah, you do need to go through some maths courses when you're at uni. They may not be the most fun courses if you're not a lover of maths, but you certainly don't have to love maths in order to be a successful engineer. Like I think Katie was saying before, there's lots of different roles. So within STEM, we're not just looking for one type of person and that type of person does everything. There's lots of different opportunities that suit different personality types, different areas of expertise, different things that you just like doing. And so you can certainly find a place for you. I avoid maths at every possible way. So yeah, don't be scared about maths. Do you have to be good at physics? Not my biggest thing either, no. Got some other shakes of the head. So seriously, when you're looking at courses, it can be quite scary when you go through and read the names of them all because they can sound quite daunting. But there will be some courses there that you're not going to love. I will be honest, right? But if you look big picture, if it's something that you're really interested in, there are these things that we need to get through in order to be able to get to where we want to go. And it's not always easy or the most enjoyable thing, but you can certainly get through it. And there's a whole lot of support systems that we can put around you to help you get there. So yeah, if you don't like maths, don't like physics, don't panic, you'll be just fine. Do you have any tips on managing time better? That's a good one. Do we have any volunteers on the panel who wants to talk about that?
From a student background, one of my favorite pieces of software, and I know a lot of the engineering students in my year use it, was called Todoist. And it's basically just a little checklist you write every time you get a thought of, oh, I need to do this. As simple as like, I need to pick up milk on the way home. It's, you just type it in and you can attach a date to it, and you can set a reminder to go, hey, this is due in a week, or this is due in 3 days. And it pops up on your phone and it keeps nagging you as if your mum was with you. And I find that it helps to make sure you can do stuff instead of leaving it to the last minute. It allows you to look at, hey, I've got 6 assignments coming up. This one's due first. How about I'm going to make it so it looks like it's due earlier than it is, and make sure my phone's telling me, you really need to do this.
We actually had a class last year who all had this planner that they shared. And so it actually, rather than each of you like individually worrying what the next thing due was, it made sure that no one forgot anything. And they actually shared that information, which I thought was quite nice. So you're not sort of there by yourself. The whole class is like looking at what have we got coming up. And it was actually really clever because it's a really good negotiating technique. So they can come in and go, here's our assignments. Can we have an extension, on these things? So certainly don't feel like you're alone if you come to uni. You certainly can work with a group of people, and just keeping a track of those tasks you've got to do and that sort of thing can be really helpful. How important is the honours part of the degree for getting a job, like first class or second class honours? So it's important if you want to go to postgrad. Because there are certain requirements depending on whether you want to do masters or PhD. That part's important. If you're going into employment, any thoughts, anyone?
I think from a mechatronics point of view, it depends. If you want to do rocket labs, then I will be honest, getting the first stream honours is really, really important. Any other job in New Zealand, doesn't matter. Fisher and Paykel Healthcare sounds really important. Everyone goes, oh my God, it's such an important place. People were getting offered jobs before they even knew what they were graduating with. I mean, I got offered a job for Fisher and Paykel before I even knew what I was going to be graduating first or second stream. So to be honest, it's not that important on a mechatronics standpoint. It's more they're looking at going, can you tough out 4 years of intense study to get a degree?
Yeah, I would also say that it's sometimes the like really A+ level students won't actually suit a job. It depends on the person. So you're looking at more than just the mark they can get. You're looking at them as an individual. And so I certainly don't think grades are everything when you're going for jobs. Certainly don't let it stop you applying. If you feel like you're not going to get first class, still apply for places, because I don't think it is that much of a screening tool in terms of who might get in or not. Katie, do you have anything to add around marks and things?
Probably very similar. I mean, it always helps, obviously, but you need to have that full package to go with it. They want somebody who'll be able to work in a team, work with the rest of the staff around, and relate to people. So they might want to make sure that you've got through your degree, but as long as you look like you're heading in that direction, then it's all around how you come across in the interview.
Any tips for a year 13 heading into uni? I guess it's a really big move. Like there's so many things changing. Often you're leaving home, so you can be in a completely new city, got to make new friends, all that sort of stuff. I would just say reach out if you need help. You know, if you're not too sure, if you've got really basic questions, like we get questions like, what sort of laptop should I have? Like any sorts of simple questions, just make sure you fire them through to people, because we're more than happy to help you out. I guess the difficult thing for us is knowing what information is helpful to you. So don't hesitate to be proactive in asking. Raquel, have you got any other suggestions for someone about to come to uni?
Yeah, stay focused, have fun. It's, such a huge growth period from the years 18 to 22. So you'll be maturing and changing a lot as a person, but yeah, just try to enjoy it, because 4 years is not that long of a time, and then you'll miss it by the time you finish your degree.
Yeah, that's true. I guess when you're about to embark on it, 4 years seems like ages, but then looking back, it's like, goes so quick. Hannah, do you have any tips for someone about to enter uni? Do you remember anything helpful?
I think just try not to stress out too much, and remember that everyone you meet at uni will be in a very similar situation to you, and you're all going while you might have different backgrounds, you're all in a new environment. So just try and try not to stress out, but also take opportunities to meet people and make new friends, because they'll probably be your friends for the next 4 years, if not for life. So yeah.
We also got a question about scholarships. Are there a lot of scholarships available for STEM? Yes, there can be. And the biggest thing I would say there is apply. Some scholarships, you'll be surprised how few applicants you actually get. So if there's anything where you'll remotely sort of qualify, put an application in. Where I would get that information, each university has a scholarships website. Go on there. Often there's like a menu, so you can click, first year student studying this, and you'll see all the scholarships come up. There's also some industry-based ones. So just keep searching, Google. There are some, depending on what area of the country you're in, so there's some regional ones. So if you're from a certain area, you can get funding to study STEM. So yeah, the trickiest thing is finding them, and just most applications ask for the same sorts of things. So to be honest, to put lots of applications in doesn't take that much time. Just find them and make sure you fire them out. In terms of timing, quite variable. So you do need to start looking. If you're in year 13, you probably need to start looking pretty soon, keeping an eye out on things. For the regular scholarships that roll over, usually there will be a due date. Some of them go right out until sort of December, but there's a bunch which are sort of like get launched sort of May-ish. So definitely don't leave it to the last minute, because you probably will miss out. Make sure you apply. And if you happen to be coming to study chemical and bioprocess engineering, we've got a scholarship which is open, which closes on the weekend. So if you're interested, you've all got my email, send me an email, I'll send you the details, and it'll be great to have some more applications. So that's all the questions that we've got, I think. We've only got a few minutes left, and what I wanted to do is just final sort of sum up. And what tips would you give yourself if you could go back to your high school age self? What would you tell yourself? So I'm putting this as a surprise question out to everyone. But you're all kind of looking puzzled. I'm trying to pick who I'll go to first. Katie, what do you reckon?
I can start. Probably the tip I'd give myself is that I can do this. Like, it's not actually that hard. It all comes together. You'll learn as you go through it, and everything will feel like a breeze by the time you're out the other side.
Fantastic. Raquel, what would you tell yourself?
Yeah, just have confidence and things will be going step by step. So you're not going to be an engineer in just one day. It's going to take 4 years. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Hannah, what would you say?
Probably to build on what Raquel, what you just said, like there are almost no backwards steps, you know, like sometimes you might feel like you're sidestepping or you're not making much progress, but every step is a step in the right direction, and you don't actually have to know where you want to go to start. You just need to like take one step and then keep doing that, and eventually you'll get there.
Cool. And Amanda?
I think I'm going to be completely different, but don't compare yourself to your classmates. It's not a competition. It's you against the degree pretty much. So it doesn't matter what grades everyone else is getting. It's you trying to do your very best.
Fantastic. I would build off Hannah's one and say, don't worry if you don't know, where you want to end up. Honestly, I still don't know where I really want to end up. And like I say, as long as you're taking a step in the right direction, you're doing something you enjoy, you're making progress. So don't worry I know some people who have like a 10-year plan written out, they know exactly what they want to do, and that's awesome if that's you, but don't worry if it's not, because things will turn out, you'll be fine. Cool. All right. So doesn't look like we've got any final questions. If you're quickly typing one, get it through quick. Otherwise, I want to thank everyone for coming along, particularly to our panel members. We wouldn't have an event without you. So thank you so much for coming along and sharing all of your wisdom with us. All right. Thank you very much. See you later.